Hi, my name is Nicole Scott for Mobile Geeks. Google I/O 2013 was a launchpad for a ton of new Android services and features, but there was one thing that was notably missing: an actual upgrade to Android. Where was Android 4.3? There was enough speculation about it. Heck, there were even blogs confirming that it was going to be launched hours before the keynote. Yet, 3.5 hours passed and we never actually learned about the infamous update. Instead, we learned all about new Maps experiences. Google Play got 41 updates. Google Now is more conversational and offers a whole bunch more features and information. Google Game Services is upping the ante for all of your Android devices. And Google Play Music All Access is going to completely change how music works on your Android device. If we take a minute to think about it, I could have said Android 4.3 has a ton of new features, then gone through the exact same list. The absence of a new version of Android is actually noteworthy and pretty interesting because it's Google's answer to fragmentation. Complaints of too many different handsets with versions of Android that the manufacturer has no intention of updating was creating a bit of a mess for app developers and users. If you stop and think about it, every new feature announced at Google I/O 2013 will be available without any major software upgrades. Take a minute to think about that. The implications of this are huge. Google is updating features and apps for phones that are running very old versions of Android, dating back to 2.2 Froyo. This means access to new features without having to ask the question, when will my carrier be rolling that out for my device? What we have here is the beginning to the end of Android fragmentation, or at the very least, it's a much needed break to allow everyone to play catch up. Taking a closer look at the improvements, there's a clear common thread. Google is trying to make its services stickier. Instead of merely looking up something on Google Maps, now you might hang around a little bit longer and check out some things that you could stop at on the way to your final destination. Instead of searching just once on Google and then clicking on some links, now you're going to have a back and forth voice conversation. You're going to be spending more time playing games that are connected to Google and more time listening to music that is connected to their service. While the buzz leading up to Google I/O 2013 was about new hardware like Google Glass and Motorola's rumored Phone X, we should all try to remember that Google is a software company. A software company whose core competency is selling ads. And while each of these services is likely to make your life easier and, to be honest, a little more enjoyable, they will also allow Google to pursue its business model of learning more about you and selling more ads. So while the list of new features is clearly impressive, the biggest news from Google I/O might just be the lack of an announcement, if you take the time to read between the lines. Thanks so much for taking the time to join me. I'm your host, Nicole Scott, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and while you're at it, why don't you like this video?